In this video, I will talk about tracking an e-commerce order with a tag manager, and in particular with Matomo Tag Manager by using a data layer. There are many different ways that you can accomplish this because of course you could use other technologies such as Google Tag Manager or the data layer of Google Tag Manager to send it through Matomo Tag Manager, or you can as well just use a part of the code and use the legacy tracking code of Matomo. Here I'm just going to talk about the global concept. So typically here we have a confirmation order page. As you can see on this given page, you cannot with the visible information just track an order, because straight away you see that there is no order ID information. As there is no order ID information, and as the order ID is compulsory in order to record an order tracking within Matomo, then it's not possible to track it. So what you need here is to use the data layer, also to say, to ask to your integration team to have the additional information that you need in order to track the e-commerce order. And for this, if you are using a tag manager, you need to use what we call a data layer. So the data layer will look something like this, which is the possibility to expose the different information that the tracker needs in order to be able to record the order. So here in my case, so I ask Copilot to generate it, and I ask to Copilot, please create me a data layer so I can measure an e-commerce order. And it decided to fire an event, which is the, let's say, the custom event that I will use as a trigger within Matomo Tag Manager. Here it decided to populate the order ID with a fake number, then the order total, then the currency. And then you can see over here it added in an array the different product which will be included within the order. So in fact, this is what your integration team need to create for you, so that the variables are getting exposed on the page. And then after that, as you are using Matomo Tag Manager or another tag manager, what you need on your side is to just create one single custom HTML code. In fact, you can even go further than this depending on how it is getting structured, but here in my case I just needed one single custom HTML. Then you get the code. So the code here is custom in my case. And why is it custom? Because I typically present a use case to Copilot which was super specific, and here what it did is like it's telling me, okay, if there is an event which is name order confirmation, then I will use the legacy tracking code of Matomo in order to add the variable which is the product ID, product name, and so on and so forth, and I will fire an e-commerce order. And then over here I just create a single trigger which is a custom event order confirmation, which is nothing more than a custom event. Okay, so it's a trigger custom event which is carrying the name order confirmation. So as a result, every time it's going to see an event on the data layer name order confirmation, then it's going to push it to Matomo. And this is exactly what is happening. If we are looking at the data over here, you see that the products are getting pushed properly, and then the e-commerce order is making recorded. As I previously said, there's just one way to go, because of course you could directly use other tags which are available here. So for example, I guess this is with Tag Manager extended, you get Matomo Analytics e-commerce, and if you have a lookout, you see view item list, update cart, and purchase, which are in fact different let's say tracking type which are already available, which is working here on the data layer variable. So my guess here is like those are closely linked with what Google Analytics is doing as an e-commerce, so that with this you can automatically support in fact the different e-commerce standards which have been defined, let's say, by the main analytics platform. So several ways to accomplish the same thing. The basic rule of thumb is the following one. Is like you cannot work with the visible information, so you cannot track it unless you are getting on the page a location where all the data from the database are getting exposed so that you can fire afterward the e-commerce tracking code.